Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the northeast side of the Exiled Lands, just to the east of Jamila's Liberty, building Oceanside 2. This was suggested on my Discord suggestions channel by WildWolf096, so thank you for the suggestion. This build is clearly inspired by the overwater huts in places like the Maldives. If you've been following the channel for a while, or for some reason you've watched some of my very first Ark videos way back when, you may remember this build. This was one of my first Ark builds and helped formulate the style of videos I've been making for a while now. I liked this build a lot and it's still probably one of my favourite Ark builds. In fact, I even went back and watched it whilst making this video and I still enjoy it. However, here on Conan Exiles, I think we can do a lot better. This build is going to try to keep a similar style to the original Oceanside, but revamped and redesigned for this game. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we'll be creating the boardwalk. For this video, instead of a blueprint, I have included the picture you can see on screen now, which is an aerial overview of what Oceanside will eventually look like. This should hopefully help you see better what we're constructing and sort of how things go in certain places. This is a fairly standard layout, starting with a straight run up to a circular platform. The boardwalk is very easy to make using pillars to hold ceilings, building out to the max support limit and then pillaring down again to support further ceilings. At first I was going to keep the boardwalk 1 tile wide, but eventually I extended it to 2 wide to accommodate the circular platform at the end of the boardwalk a little bit better. When constructing the circular platform, it's also fairly easy. I created a 3-tier circular platform supported by pillars on the outer and inner rings. I then removed all pieces of the middle ring that were unsupported by pillars, creating a platform in the middle of the circular boardwalk that will hold a large brazier. It can also hold a statue if you're so inclined. I also created small offshoots from the boardwalk to mark where each hut would be, along with placing fences at various different places around said boardwalk. Next, for the huts. There will be 3 types of huts on the boardwalk, so we'll start with the circular huts on the straight section. Same as the boardwalk, I created a 3-tier circular platform supported by pillars underneath. You'll need to place a square ceiling and a pillar from the offshoot for each hut, removing the ceiling when the pillars are in place and replacing it with wedge ceilings to start the circular platform, flipping the orientation to avoid overlay. Once the platform is complete, I built the walls 2 tiles high around the platform, leaving a small cutout at the front and the back of the build to serve as the entranceway, and a small back porch area respectively. I then used thatch roofs, wedge and inverted wedge pieces to create the roof, placing the first layer, then placing a ring of ceilings atop the roof pieces, and finishing the first layer off with inverted wedges. I then placed walls on the inner clip points of the ceilings, again building up with roof pieces to reach a pointed apex. All 4 huts on the straight will be identical in construction, so we will skip ahead to the huts on the circular section. For these houses, it's fairly easy to set up. On the north, south and 2 on the east sides, build 3 tiles of ceilings out from the circular platform and support them with pillars. Then use wedge ceilings between these ceiling sections to connect them together and keep them flush. Support the wedge sections with pillars again and the floor of the huts are done. The southern and northern huts are identical, being small 3x3 areas. I built the walls 2 tiles high, with 2 doorways on the front to access the small porch area and the rest of the boardwalk. I placed the ceiling 1 tile high in the middle of these builds, with stairs running up to said ceiling covering half of the ground floor. I then used sloped sides, wall caps and rooftop pieces to create a flat apex roof, finished off with, of course, said rooftop pieces. For the other 2 houses here, these will be considerably larger than the others. I built walls around part of the platform encompassing the area from the southern and northern huts respectively, up to the end of the next incremental square ceilings, leaving a triangular-ish area open between the 2 houses. I built the walls 2 tiles high, separating an area within the house to create a small bedroom. Finally, the roof will be an open plateau area, so I capped off the walls with ceilings mirroring the foundations and placed fences around the roof. I also placed fences around the small plateau area between the 2 larger houses and used awnings to create a small roof area above part of the terrace. Finally, when everything was done, it was then time to of course furnish. The boardwalk is nicely lit and provides access to all the huts, which are furnished differently. Let's first take a look at the hut on the right. This is designed as a nice roomy hut for two, with a nice emphasis on space and somewhat minimalist decoration, ensuring that the hut stays connected with nature through the earthy textures and potted plants. Heading back down the boardwalk and into the left side hut, this area also has a similar feeling to the first, though is clearly designed for more than two people, including two separate bedrooms and a larger dining area. The concept of each house staying connected to nature is something that I'm going to keep congruent through the rest of these builds. Heading up to the circular boardwalk, the Aquilonian brazier in the middle of the area really gives the surrounding structures a nice centrepiece. The smaller square huts are very minimal in design, again designed for just a couple of people. The larger huts keep the earthy tones and connection to nature through the windows and easy access to the open air roof, along with some minimalist decoration within the structure itself. The roof platform has a small seating area around a brazier too, as a nice private seating area. Finally, the terrace area between the two houses is a nice seating area where the residents of Oceanside can come together to talk, eat, drink and enjoy each other's company. And there we have it, the Oceanside Retreat 2 on the northeastern coast of the Exiled Lands. Thanks for watching, and again thank you to Wild Wolf for the suggestion. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for future videos. I'm always happy to do viewer suggestions, it's pretty much the bread and butter of this channel. I really enjoy doing them because you guys come up with stuff I could never really think of doing. So if you have anything, feel free to just let me know. Don't forget to join the fun on our Discord through the link in the description, and if you'd like to support the future of this channel, the link to my Patreon is also in the description below, including various different tiers with rewards such as Discord roles, sneak peeks at new videos, your name in every video, and more. Speaking of which, a big thanks to our patrons, Sammy and Doomshade. If you're new to the channel, feel free to check out the rest of the content here. There are plenty more Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be the first to see the next video and join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.